guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to April favorites. So it has been a crazy ass month of April, and I excuse me, sometimes I choke on my own saliva and it's not on purpose, so ignore me there. Anyways, so we're doing April favorites. It's been a crazy month. It was my birthday month. I did a shit ton of hauling this month. I had so many places to go this month in events. I had a bridal shower, an engagement. I had my birthday. I had my niece's birthday. It was just a crazy ass month. So with that said, I want to show you some products that I had been loving for the month of April. I don't have too many to show you this month, but the ones that I want to show you are the ones that I truly, started using over and over again throughout the month. So first off, I want to show you one skincare item, and that is my Farsali Rose Hip Radiance Natural Cleanser, made with pure plant extracts for all skin types. So this is, it contains rose hip seed oil, rich in vitamins A, C, E, and F. This I picked up on the Farsali website. If you guys don't know who Farsali is owned by, Farah Dukai and her husband, Sal, they own Farsali. They're the ones who created this company. I have been a longtime follower of Farah. I love her. She is, she lives in Toronto. Excuse me. She's based in Toronto, and she travels to, the States for business and all that kind of stuff. Her and her husband are like the ideal couple. They are absolutely amazing together. They both came together and created the Farsali line. They also have beauty oils in this line, and I know that she's coming out with other products at the same time. So even her Farsali beauty oils are now in Sephora. So if you guys are interested, you can go check Farsali out at Sephora, which is a huge, huge, huge accomplishment for her. So, thumbs up to you. Congratulations, Farah. I have been such a follower of yours for the longest time, and I just find that you inspire me every time I see you on social media. If you guys don't know, I follow Farah on most of her social medias. I have her on, I have her on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I also follow her on YouTube. But yeah, I've just loved her for a long time. I paid, I purchased the volcanic elixir and the cleanser with my own money. So just so you know, nothing was sent to me for, PR or anything like that. I actually, paid for this stuff myself. So it's, very, 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 I'm very upfront with you guys. Even if I didn't pay for it, I would still tell you my honest opinions. I'm not that type of YouTuber, in case you guys are wondering. Regardless of how I got it and if I paid for it or not, I'm always giving you my 100%, honest opinion. So the cleanser is like a clear gel formula. You apply it to, whatever cleansing type of tool you use, if you use a tool. I find that it's gentle on the skin, but it gets off all the makeup at the same time. I find that it hydrates at the same time as well. It doesn't leave my skin feeling stripped or anything like that, so I have been loving it. I really don't even know how much I have left, to be honest, because I've been using it for a while now. I'm about halfway down. I'm halfway down. Yeah, I'm halfway down. We should be good for now. You do get 8 fluid ounces, which is a pretty fair, decent size for a facial cleanser. And I believe the cost of this was almost around the $20 mark. Can't exactly remember, but I know it was around there. I think it might have been less than that, but don't quote me. I'm pretty sure that they changed their packaging on this as well. I think it's now a squeezy tube, but nonetheless, it's a gorgeous cleanser. I really do love enjoying using it. It has been a favorite this month. Sorry guys, I'm like choking for some reason. There's something in my throat, that's what it is. And thumbs up for this for April. So I would definitely repurchase. I kind of am hoping that Farsali makes it more into Sephora, because right now Sephora is only carrying their elixirs, like their beauty oils. But I hope that in time they'll also carry the cleansers and whatever else Farah and her husband decide to launch with their beauty line. So with that said, I'm moving into makeup. Now, you guys, if you've watched me for a while, you know that I made a decision this year to pull out one palette each month, a different palette each month, and use that palette straight for a month to kind of give it its love and attention that it has been neglected in the past. Now, if you guys know me, I own a ton of palettes. Excuse me, I need to take a drink before I choke. This is Diet Pepsi, by the way. I haven't had a Diet Pepsi in a long time. I don't really drink Coke very often. but it was really humid here in Toronto, and we're expected to have like major thunderstorms. And when it's really super hot like that, a cold Pepsi is just like a craving I get once in a blue moon. So bear with me. Anyways, so I picked out a palette for the month of April. In previous months, I've, shown you guys the palette I used in my favorites video. So, this is the palette that I used for the month of April. It's Tartist in Bloom, and I absolutely had so much fun using this. That's what the shades look like. Let me go up a little closer so you guys can see. And you can tell that most of the shades have gotten quite a bit of use because now the tart engraving on the actual shadows have disappeared from most of them, even the dark ones. The dark ones are not as bad. So I think this is a beautiful spring palette because it has this blush toned shadow in here. It's a matte shadow. I'm wearing this palette on my eyes today. I think it's beautiful. You can come up with daytime, nighttime looks, any type of look you need, you can definitely come up with. You can even do a simple eye look, a drastic eye, you can do in between. It is all up to you with this palette, and it's beautiful. You get 3 shimmer shades. You get a taupe, a bronze, and like a champagne gold. Sorry guys, I don't want to like blind you. And the rest are all matte, so you have a ton of mattes that you can work with, which I think is amazing. I know a lot of people talked about this and, in the past, and I think it's a great palette, and you don't really know, or you don't really get to know a palette until you actually use it long enough for you to get to know it well. It's like I'm talking about a relationship, but it's really like a relationship if you think about it. If you use a palette long enough, you'll get to know it well enough to know if you're going to use it all the time, or if you're able to use it for different looks. For multiple looks. So this has been a favorite, and I have truly enjoyed it. The shadows smell like cocoa powder, which is similar to the chocolate bar palette. I'm actually quite surprised. And I don't mind that at all because I think it's quite fun to smell like a cocoa powder chocolatey scent. It's quite nice, for a girl anyways. I don't know about for guys, but especially if you're a chocolate lover, might I add. So you can come up with all kinds of different looks. It's very, compact to the point where you can definitely travel with it if you need to. The packaging is stunning. It's got like gold mirroring throughout, and then you get like this large mirror that I don't want to blind you with. I love it. I definitely recommend this to anybody who's looking for a neutral-esque spring-ish palette. This is a really good one, and it's more of a neutral toned palette for those of you who don't want to go out of your comfort zone. So, been loving that. Next up, I have 2 highlighters. Now, you guys, I know I've shown you guys, I don't know if I've shown you guys one highlighter, but this highlighter I've shown you before. This is the Wet n Wild Precious Petals Mega Glow Highlighting Powder, not power. You guys, if you can't afford a high-end highlighter, if you can get your hands on the Wet n Wild Mega Glow ones, these are freaking fabulous. And I'll tell you why. I'm barely touching my finger on this, like very barely, and look at that. Look at that. Like, do you not see that? Are you guys like blind or anything? Because I'm blind. I'm blinded by the light. Look how gorgeous that is. And you can intensify it even more if you really want to. It's buildable. So there you go. This is in Precious Petals by Wet n Wild. It's literally under $6 in Canada, probably even less in the States. If you can get your hands on these, I'm telling you, they are a steal. And for what you're paying for, you get a beautiful highlight. I'm not wearing it today. I actually wore this yesterday, but most of the time I was wearing this one, or I was wearing the next one I will show you. The next highlighter I got for my birthday, from myself, might I add. Only because I've been hearing all kinds of good things about it. And it was limited edition. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm showing you a limited edition product. But as much as I love you, I love me too. So this is the Estee Lauder, what is it called? Bronze Goddess Illuminating Powder Jelly. And this is in the shade Heat Wave. Now this was the absolute stunning highlighter that everybody talked about in the Estee Lauder palette that came out, I believe, last year. This is what it looks like in single pan form. This was in a duo palette last year, I guess. I kid you not. This puppy is stunning. Like, it's like liquid gold. This is what I call liquid gold. I don't know why. It is stunning. Do you see that? It's like butter, number one. And it's like this liquid gold. I'm wearing it today. But can I tell you? OMG. I have no words. I'm just gonna add some more, because you know, a girl has to glow. We gotta get our glow on. Like, I have no words. I have no words. This is stunning. I'm so glad I picked it up. It is limited edition. If you guys can get your hands on it still, please try. If you're a highlighter junkie like me, this is an excellent addition to your family of highlighters. Like, can we just take a moment? This is Heatwave. This is Heatwave. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. It has been a favorite. Those two highlighters have been the ones that I have been using all month long, and I am not sorry at all. So sticking with the cheeks, I want to show you one blush, and you guys, I'm actually wearing it today, and not really, it's a very subtle type of blush. And to be totally honest, I find that with me, blush, I don't like to be super bang in your face. So I pulled out my blushes, and I actually pulled out Honey Jasmine. This is a satin blush by MAC, and it's this beautiful peachy shade. It was in their All About Orange collection a few years ago. You won't be able to really see much of it on my skin tone because I'm quite tanned right now, so you can't really see too much of it on my skin because you can barely see like an orangey flush tone. Here, let me see if I could put some on the apples on my cheeks. Ooh, that is definite. There we go. I use this to blend back with my bronzer, and it works well because it acts as like almost another bronzer. This is like, it's not as pigmented, which I love because I don't like very pigmented blushes. I just don't, it doesn't really suit me. With a light flush like this, it looks beautiful. So that's why I love this. This is Honey Jasmine by MAC. I don't know if they still carry this particular shade, but similar shade to this would be Peaches by MAC, which is a more peachy-esque color. This is more of like a terracotta nude, I want to say, but like a light version terracotta nude. So this has been a favorite. I'm actually really enjoying it this year. So I'm actually glad I went shopping in my own stash because this is a very nice gem. Now, the last three products I want to show you for my favorites for April are all lip products. I have been changing up my lip color pretty much every day for the last month, maybe two. I'm trying to rotate my lip products. I'm trying to, you know, use the products I have. I purchased a shit ton of lip products in the last like 3 months, and you know, it's kind of one of those things where I had to go through my lip stash to see what I was using, what I wasn't using, and whatever I wasn't using, I was giving away. Like, I had lipsticks that were totally untouched and still brand new that I wasn't even reaching for, which I passed those down to other folks. So the three that I have been using are more of, actually, this one is actually quite older for me because I've had this in my collection for a while. This is Stila Caramello, and it's just a very basic nude. Let's see if I can swatch this here. This is just a basic pinky beigey nude, and I love the Stila. Stila liquid lipsticks are one of my top 5 favorite liquid lipstick formulas. I absolutely love their formula. They're so comfortable. They don't ball up. They don't gather in the lines. They stay on the lips very, very nicely. They're long wearing. They don't feel cracky. They're just a beautiful formula. They are quite more expensive than the average $25 liquid lipstick. They, I think, are a little bit more than that. I think they go for about, they range between $30 to $38, depending on where you find them. But it's so worth it. They are so worth the price. And I don't know, you actually get less product in these than your average liquid lipstick. These are 0.10 fluid ounce. Your average liquid lipstick is, I think, 0.11 fluid ounce. So you get a tiny little bit less product, but you don't need to use as much product with these as other formulas. So just keep that in mind. So that is a Caramello by Stila. Then I have Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Sell Out. This is beautiful. I want to call this a terracotta because that's what it feels like. It is a terracotta with a peachy reddish undertone. That is Sell Out by Too Faced. I've been using that this month as well. And finally, the last one that I have been using is the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Bombshell. This one, again, the Too Faced Liquid Matte Lipsticks are amazing formula, and so are the Huda Beauty ones. I really do love all three formulas. They are the most comfortable wearing for me. So here is Bombshell. This is more of like a peachy undertone. So there's Caramello by Stila, Sellout by Too Faced, and Bombshell by Huda Beauty. That was it, you guys. That is all of my favorites for this month. Again, wasn't too many. I didn't go crazy this month showing you a crap ton because most of the time I stick to what I know, unless I'm trying out new products purposely. But for the month of April, you know, even though I dabbled into some new makeup that you guys haven't seen and I showed you here today, the majority of my stuff I kept very much the same. My foundation was the same for the month of April. My powder was the same for the month of April. My, primers were pretty much the same. I think most of my base products were still the same from when I showed you previously. So these were just things that I had, pulled in new to try and really truly enjoy them for the month of April and kept enjoying them over and over again through this month. So I am super excited to share that with you guys. If you have any questions about them, list them down below in the comment section. I love talking to you, and until next time, I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye everyone. Mwah.